Oh man, I just sat here and talked to this thing for 20 minutes and it didn't work. So I'm gonna do my best to do it again and hopefully it will work technically. Damn. But it'll probably be a little more concise and shorter this time. um, I think I've got like at least 2 points that I wanted to mention. Um, I watched okay, first, it's been super empowering having said to the interwebs and to my friends that I want to be healthy and I'm gonna make the decisions for myself that are the healthiest. And that's the way I want to live my life. It's super empowering. I guess I've been trying to commit to that for a long time because I just realized it. It's nice when having these epiphanies. This is a really, really nice epiphany. So I've been awesome. This is the third day of awesome. Um, you know, healthy awesome is totally subjective, but I know what it means for me, and I know feeling clearer and calmer and able to sleep more and not getting so stressed out about whatever. Um, and being able to come back to myself and not follow anything outside of me too far. That's the best I can explain it simply. Something. Anyway, um, so it just feels great. It feels like I'm in sync with myself, doing what's best for me, and actually doing it consistently. I want it to be consistent. I want this to just keep going. I really like it. I like how it feels. It feels so much better to decide to live this way. Um, so, and all the feedback just from at least one friend that I saw who had seen it, and the comments online are really helpful, and I really appreciate it. It means so much to me in my little world. So thank you. And secondly, I watched a documentary on. I'm just doing everything I can to have this stick, and I watched a documentary. I found one on. It was called That Sugar Documentary, and it was like like Super Size Me. I guess he really started it, this sort of thing. But this guy ate 40 teaspoons of sugar every day in food, um, like packaged food that wasn't sweets or soda. It was like just food, like yogurt and juice and granola bars and all that. So I followed him for 2 months. He'd been off of sugar for 3 years, and he went back on it for 2 months. And they documented how it affected his body and explained the effect sugar has. And it's kind of hard to. I've kind of Googled this before, sugar, and it's kind of hard to just find like bullet points of sugar does this to you. And this documentary was really helpful because it explained how I think that the the best moment was when it told me that that sugar actually affects your brain the same way chemically the feeling of love does. I'm not sure I don't, that's what it said. And I trust that opinion because I can think of so many times where, I comforted myself with chocolate, you know, or I just needed to keep going, or it's just this vicious cycle of, it puts you kind of on a sugar high and makes me feel manic even a lot of the time. And you can really, I really sort of thought like I've got serious mental issues. But really a lot of that is from eating a certain way, and hearing that little nugget of information was really helpful for me, because it's not real love. And was that really what I was doing all those times that I just couldn't stop eating it? So, plenty of reflection to do there, and I'm thankful for it. So, another thing it said was that, the sugar, it gets into your liver. I hope I explained this right. Too much sugar in your liver creates, the insulin is released to balance you back out, and if you keep eating sugar, that's how you can become insulin resistant. I'm not explaining all of this very well, but the other point is that your liver can't process, it's too much, right? And so the side effect is that there becomes too much fat actually in the liver, and you can get a fatty liver. Also in this fat, it's kind of inside that grows, like people will get around their, the tire, and it's actually like fat that's pressing on your organs. And I have it. I know it. It's like really sticky fat, and that's where it goes. We don't know why. But yeah, maybe it just seeps out, and the closest thing, to the liver is your belly area. So, information really helps me. It gives me extra ammunition when I need it, to make the right choice, and it feels easier to make that choice and to say no to all the free chocolate that was on sample yesterday at Whole Foods. Can I say that? A grocery store. Yeah, like really good chocolate, and it's free. Really hard for me to pass up most of the time, and I almost did it. I almost liked the mind. Like, I started, here's a reason why you can eat it. Here, this is a good reason. Enjoy it. But it just doesn't. I said no. I just let it go. I mean, it's taken me a long time to get to this point. But maybe it could have been a lot sooner if I had just committed, like really committed sooner. But anyway, I'm here today. So, talked about it being empowering, talked about the sugar. maybe there was something else that was also like serious and all feely touchy, but this is feely touchy. I had an artichoke for dinner along with my dinner, and because I was like, heck, I never get these things, I'm gonna get it today, it's on sale. So I just steamed it. I didn't even do it right. I read their directions afterwards, but I steamed it, and it's like, it's this huge flower, you know. I learned about them in herbal school, or I saw them growing in my teacher's garden, and they're beautiful, like the flower is beautiful. So this is a bud, you know, that's what an artichoke is. And it's like you're eating a mandala. You know, I would suggest this over popcorn. I I would suggest this if you are needing a fix for your oral fixation, because it's like it's you're taking apart every petal. I love the experience of food, of plants. Like, I'm eating, it's like I'm a bee. And I'm just like loving in this flower. Uh, so you can do it too. That's so those are my suggestions at this point in time, because I do love sharing uh, the fun things, the helpful things, like that sugar documentary and an artichoke. It'll slow you down, because it takes forever to eat. And then by the time you're done, if you had, the rest of your dinner with it, you're like, well, I don't need to go back for seconds. I really don't. It has lots of fiber too, and it's just tasty. And I had it with some grass-fed butter. Grass-fed. Organic? I don't know, but grass-fed. It's better for you. Trust me. Tastes good. Okay, well, this is only 12 and a half minutes so far, as opposed to 20, so I bet that first post was pretty good. I got a little more heartfelt in it, but now I'm just being concise, and I'm really grateful to be making this change. Yeah, I think I talked more about sugar and my addiction to sugar. Yeah, I shared stories from when I was a kid. My first lunch was that I packed for me and my mom and my brother, maybe my brother's, was Teddy Grahams and Cool Whip. And my only cafeteria memory in school from being really little is getting somebody's, I ate a brownie, it came with the tray, and somebody didn't want their brownie. I noticed they weren't eating it, and I asked them, are you gonna eat that? And they gave it to me, and the kid gave it to me, and it was awesome. It was a huge success in my young life, big success. And I remember being in our store, my family's store, and my mom and brother were talking, and I don't know what they were talking about. I was in my world, and two candies came up, and they still joke about this with me, and I perked up. Two candies? Somebody say two candies? I've been a sugar fiend forever. My brother used to get me to steal it from our store and give some to him, but, some for me too. Yep, at least I'm not saying which brother it is, but you know who you are. You know what you made me do. So it's pretty amazing. I've been wanting to kick sugar for so long, and I always go back to it, and but it's not love, and it's not a good high. It's a very destructive high, and I read in Rosemary Gladstar's book it actually takes calcium to break down to process sugar, like your calcium store, your bones. I know it's not good for me, but it's amazing how we know something's not good for us, and yet we can't stop, and that's so difficult. And my thing is sugar, and it causes diabetes, insulin resistance. Did I already say this? Excess fat. I can't concentrate as well. Super moody. Super moody. I almost forgot what it could be like without it, how I could feel normal and more balanced. So, I just want to keep going. I want to keep on this track. So I'm going to do everything I can, and hopefully see more people face to face. That's a goal. I'd like to have a community focused around this in some way. So that's a big goal, because we really need support, and we really need hugs more than we need chocolate. Way more. So, alright, I'm blabbering on. That's good.